Hey, Dr. Berg here. I'm back with the SIBA collection. I want to just explain a couple things out of this book by Frank Netter, MD. Incredible book. Just kind of puts everything together. A lot of people are walking around with problems with their adrenals and they don't know it, and they associate all these symptoms separately. But I just want to kind of go through and tell you a little bit about what cortisol does. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and it does a lot of things. It helps you survive, but if there's too much of it, you will drain out your anti-inflammatory hormones. So in other words, the cortisol is normally an anti-inflammatory, but if you have sustained stress over many years, the cortisol becomes depleted and you start running out of your inflammation, your anti-inflammatory. So you're going to end up with inflammation, chronic pain, and soreness, and we call that fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is simply a severe lack of the anti-inflammatory hormone. Cortisol is the main, one of the only things in your body that gets rid of inflammation. Now you might say, well, wait a second. I don't want it because it's going to create belly fat. And then why do I have belly fat and I have high levels of inflammation? And also fibromyalgia, which is soreness through the entire body. Well, it's kind of like insulin. When you have you could have a lot of hormone in your body, but it's not effective. It's not getting received in the receptors. So it's kind of like if you were to have a bunch of telemarketers call you every day for a year, eventually you're not going to pick up, so that you're not going to receive the communication. Same thing with cortisol. When you have high levels of stress for many years, your body downgrades the receptors for cortisol, thereby not letting you absorb them. So they're high in the blood or the saliva, and that's why the belly's fat, but it doesn't work for other things like anti-inflammatories and especially anti-allergic. You have sinus allergies. Lots of people with adrenal problems have sinus allergies, or they're all year round where the sinuses start getting really thick and they might have sleep apnea, which could be the sinuses as well. So one of the things to counter that would be vitamin A. The kale shake that I have on my website. You can go to drberg.com and watch me make the kale shakes. It's very high in vitamin A, which is essential for the sinuses and different allergies. So those are some of the things that occur. There's a couple other things. Number one, increased neural excitability. That's the thinking and thinking and thinking excessively. You can't turn it off. There's a problem with muscle wasting. Your muscles, you lose tone. There's a problem with craving for salt. There's a problem with bone. There's a problem with belly fat. And there's also a problem with hypertension. Specifically the top number, that's called the systolic versus the diastolic. And there's also a problem with sleeping. Other than that, the person is perfectly fine.